What's up, bookworms, and welcome back to Abe Speaks. I have another great book review for you guys. I know you saw in the title. We're going to be covering today The Way of the Superior Man. It's written by David Dita. What he's got on the title here is a spiritual guide to mastering the challenges of women, work, and sexual desire. Now, I know there are a lot of people like saying, there might be some people saying, just hear it out. Please hear it out. This is coming from a man's perspective of how to better understand men, and for men ourselves to help better understand women. Now, I believe this book is great for both sides to read, and it is amazing. It has helped me emotionally, physically, spiritually, and even financially. Yeah, even financially. Now, it's helped me to be a better man, not just for myself, but to be a better man for my now fiance as well. And it's helped challenge me in ways that I haven't been challenged, that I haven't challenged myself with, and it's also helped me challenge my friend group as well. Now, this book starts off hot. It talks about the sexual polarities of how we progress as a society, how more things are becoming a lot more balanced, such as bank accounts are becoming more balanced, which is good. Professions are becoming a little bit more balanced. And it talks about, with that, I'm going to read you guys a quick quote here. So, not only are we progressing as a society in those aspects, but here are some side effects of this trend as well. So with this, sexual similarity can be seen as a major cause of today's unhappiness in intimacy. The trend toward 50-50 has resulted in economic and social equality, but also in sexual neutrality. Bank accounts are balancing, while passions are fizzling out. Men are less macho, while sex and violence continue to increase on TV and in the movies. Women are more in control of their economic destiny, while they go in increasing numbers to therapists and doctors to cope with stress-related disease. Why is this happening? Now, this book will talk about that. It'll discuss a lot of those things, a lot of these points as well. And I just thought that was really cool to see how it's talking about, yes, we're progressing as a society within those points and aspects of life, which is great. But you still see on the back end the side effects of some of those. So it goes into those, and that's a few of those points we're going to be talking about today. Now, I'm just going to share a few points that I want to have that I think that will help you guys, and maybe it'll help motivate you to get the book so that you can learn and see exactly what I'm talking about. Now, this is just chapter 1, and it says, stop hoping for completion of anything in life. And I'm going to read you a quick little excerpt. Fellas, listen up. The next time you notice yourself trying to fix your woman so that she will no longer fill in the blank with whatever it is, relax and give her love by touching her and telling her that you love her when she is this way, whatever it is that was frustrating you. Embrace her, or wrestle with her, or scream and yell for the heck of it, but make no effort to bring an end to which that pisses you off. It says, practice love instead of trying to bring an end to that quality. You can't escape the tussle with the feminine. Learn to find humor in the unending emotional drama the feminine seems to enjoy so much. The love that you magnify may realign her behavior, but your effort to fix her and your frustration never will. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. You know, for myself, even within my relationship, there were some things that I became frustrated with, and I was like, gosh, why does this keep happening? Why does this keep happening? Why is she doing this? Why is she doing this? And then I just get frustrated with her, which in turn would have her get more frustrated, and it wouldn't necessarily cause a rift in the relationship, but it was starting to be like we were both treading on eggshells not to piss one another off, or, you know, may not to have those things rise up again. And as a man, you want to be able to take charge, you want to be able to take control of everything. And this is one of those things that you can take charge of and that you should be taking charge of. And what this really does, and what I've practiced within my own relationship, and what it helps allow you to do, is it allows for both of you to start being more natural. It allows for both of you to start being a lot more loving and understanding of both things. As well, like he said, you can't tussle with the feminine. He says disclaimer as well. Should have mentioned this in the beginning. this book it just talks about the masculine and feminine energies. This works for both a heterosexual and homosexual relationship. As long as there's a masculine and feminine energy, this book is going to help you out. I promise it will. Now, like I said, doing that and practicing these of, relaxing her, kissing her and hugging her, or kissing him, loving him within that, whatever it is that you have, and when you're in your relationship, that's going to allow for you to not only penetrate them with love and understanding, but it's also going to allow for them to feel a lot more secure within your love, within the relationship. And I believe that was just absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Second excerpt we have here is we're going to skip ahead, chapter 10, and it's enjoying your friend's criticism. Now, if you guys remember, I was talking about how this discovers and how this talks about how you want to have a challenge within not just yourself, but within your friends. And this has helped me with that as well. Quick little point. If you merely want support from your men friends without challenge, it bespeaks an unresolved issue you may have with your father, whether he is alive or dead. The father force is the force of loving challenge and guidance. Without this masculine force in your life, your direction becomes unchecked, and you are liable to meander in the mush of your own ambiguity and indecision. So a lot of these guys, this is a reflection, direct reflection of a lot of guys getting into relationships, and a lot of these issues start coming out within it because they didn't necessarily have that father figure or that masculine energy to help guide them of how to be a man and how to deal within your emotions and deal with it within yourself. And that's where those indecisions and that ambiguity and, that start being promiscuous. People that start like, I don't know if I want to be with her. I don't know if I want to be with him. I don't know. And that guidance, a lot of men are missing. A lot of guys didn't have that. And thankfully for me, myself personally, I did have that growing up. And I believe something like this book and just that excerpt alone can help better understand a lot of people and a lot of people's understanding of themselves. Now, moving right along, you're going to have chapter 12. It says, be willing to change everything in your life. And this talks about men just finding your passion, finding out what it is that you want to do within your life. Now, just going to read you guys just the first part of this chapter. As you open yourself to living at your edge, living at your edge, meaning that you're embracing your fears. That's what living at your edge is. You're not just, yes, you understand your fears, but you embrace those fears and you start pushing the button, you start pushing towards it and seeing exactly where it is, drawing a line in the sand of like, okay, I know this is where I'm at and this is what I need to do. As you open yourself to living at your edge, your deepest purpose will slowly begin to make itself known. In the meantime, you will experience layer after layer after layer of purpose until you get down to the root of what your true purpose is. And if you haven't already, check out my Alchemist book review. Awesome read. Hope you get it, and I hope it motivates you. And this really relates to that Alchemist of finding your life's mission. And understanding that it's your journey at the end of the day, that you have to continuously peel back those layers, peel back whatever it is that you're not doing to be able to get to where you want to be and start getting to your life's mission as a man. Chapter 18. I think you guys will love this one. Tolerating her leads to resenting her. Dang, I am hot. Tolerating her leads to resenting her. He wishes she were easier to deal with, but it is not entirely her fault that she is bitchy and complaining. It is also a reflection of her lack of being penetrated by love. When a man resigns and simply tolerates his woman's self-destructive moods, it is a sign of his weakness. His attitude has become one of wanting to escape women and the world, rather than wanting to serve women and the world into love. So if you remember me talking about it's penetrating your woman with love rather than penetrating her with your frustration and what's making you upset. You're penetrating her with love. And remember, you can't tussle with the feminine energy. This book goes in and talks about how you have to understand that the waves of her emotions, the wave of her, that's feminine energy. And you trying to fight the ocean, where it's gonna end up with you drowning. It's gonna end up with you fighting it, and it's a losing battle. You can't win that. You have to understand that you have to go with the flows of her and penetrate it with love. So similar to, say, a surfer going and finding that sweet spot on the wave and going with the flow of the ocean rather than trying to fight it and beat it and conquer it. He's going with it, he or she is going with it and understanding that they can only go through with it. They can't beat it or fight it. And that's exactly how it is with your woman. You can't just go in and fight her every single time. Yes, there are some points where you may have a disagreement and maybe she's in the wrong and maybe you're in the wrong. But if you're constantly doing that and trying to find faults within her, you're just going to continuously end up resenting her just as is. And truthfully, it's really just being a man and accepting the challenges that she presents to you. Because I know a lot of guys say like, oh yeah, I want somebody to be able to do this. I want somebody to be able to do this. Okay, if you want somebody to be able to do that, fine. But what about things that you don't want them to deal with? How are you going to react with that? How are you going to better yourself and better your relationship so that she's not angry and that you're not driving yourself insane? How are you going to be able to accept that challenge? That's the big one. And if you just want somebody that's going to go along and go with the flow, you don't want a partner, you want a servant in that sense. You want somebody that's going to be able to, yes, present you those challenges, but also be willing to accept that love whenever that challenge is presented to you. And I absolutely loved it. Hope that's something you guys can take away from as well from the book. I just got a few more points for you guys. I don't want to keep dragging it out. And lastly, not lastly, but chapter 25. It goes into, the title of this one is, Know What Is Important in Your Woman. The feminine. And when you're not presented with that, it goes through, and it says, when you don't prioritize the purpose of your relationship, these different energies often cancel each other out, and you are left with a sexually neutralized alliance. And so what this means is how you set intentions within your business. You set intentions for your day, like, okay, I'm going to get this, this, and this, and this done. Or, within your friendships, you have some people like, oh yeah, I can go out and turn up with this person. I can go turn up with this friend. Or you have some friends like, okay, I got some friends I can just kick back with, have a few drinks or whatever it is you do to relax, just have those deep conversations with. You have set priorities within those friendships, set priorities within your day. And that's the exact same thing that you need to be able to do within your relationship as well. Because remember, like I said, the more you seek a woman who gives you everything, the less you get of anything. And this really goes back to talking about how if you're looking for everything within her, that's not what it is. That goes back to you trying to fix her to be able to give you what it is that you're wanting. Like, what do you want? You want some, I don't understand, this isn't saying that some women don't possess a lot of these qualities, but I know a lot of men, including myself at sometimes, I was fighting, trying to say like, gosh, why doesn't she do this? Why doesn't she do this? And then you have to think about like, what do you want? What do you actually want in that relationship? Are you looking for a business partner? Are you looking for a lover and a loving, intimate partner? What is it that you want? And the clearer that you are with setting that intention within your relationship, just like you set your intention within the universe and you speak things out and it comes back to you, the same thing goes within your relationship. It just got a little bit more. So over time, sexual polarity and attraction will diminish. You will begin eyeing other women as sources of rejuvenative feminine delight. The same delight you have smeared out in your intimacy by obliging your woman to be everything for you, all blurred together. So it goes in as like, if you're not clear about what's important though, each aspect is going to conflict with the others. So sometimes it says, yeah, sometimes she'll be wanting to talk about her day and then you'll be wanting to have sex, or even vice versa. You need to be able to set those intentions and set those boundaries and limits within your relationship so that you're on the same page. Because if you're just sending out those mixed signals like, oh, maybe I want to do this, maybe I want to do this, maybe I want to do that. What is that sending to your partner? What message is that sending to your partner? Same thing as you do that in the universe. If you're sending out these different messages of, oh yeah, I think I'm going to do this. And then what do you get back in return? Not what you wanted, because you didn't set your intentions clear enough for it. And that is just absolutely beautiful. It's absolutely lovely. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, just got a few more, guys. A few more. Stay with me. Stay with me. Moving on towards the end of the book, chapter 38. She needs your consciousness to match her energy. Listen, as you probably know, your woman is capable of being a witch, a sex slave, an Amazon, a goddess of light, a nourishing mother, a demoness, a luscious lover, a wise teacher, a wild animal, and everything in between. Remember, you got to set the rules. You got to set the intentions of what it is that you want within her. And listen, this part's coming up. Stay with me. And as a general rule, she will keep returning to the energy that you cannot match. All right, and that's like the law of conservation of energy, not too sciencey, but whatever qualities it is that you are not providing that she is needing, that's going to come out within her. So if you're lacking direction, you're lacking purpose, she's going to start taking over, and that's going to start coming up within your relationship. And is that what you want? Now, if that's what you want, that's fine. But if that's not what you want, you're going to have to, that means that you're lacking that quality that she is needing directly from you, and she's not getting it from you. And so you get that a lot of times. That's why you hear a lot of times like, oh, well, she's not giving me this, so, or he's not giving me this, so, all right, I gotta go. Or he's gotta go, or she's gotta go. And that goes both ways. Whatever it is that you're not providing to your partner that they're needing, that is going to become prevalent within their energies. That's going to become prevalent within your relationship, and eventually it's going to take over. And maybe it's not what you want, but maybe it is. Maybe it is. But you have to be able to set that clear intention and understanding what it is that you want within that relationship, and understanding what it is that your partner is needing from you in that relationship as well. Now, all right, last one. All right, last one. I promise, last one. Now, this goes back to, and then getting back to the end of the book, chapter 49. Insist on practice and growth. Now, a lot of times people aren't willing to practice things within their relationship. They just expect things to just boom, work. Remember, nothing works unless you do. But just a little excerpt here. If you don't cut through and take direction, your woman will. Remember, if you're lacking direction, whatever it is you're lacking, your woman is more than likely, or your partner is more than likely going to present that quality to you, because it's something that you're lacking. Masculine and feminine energies in intimacy are governed by the law of conservation. The less masculine direction you are living in truth, the more masculine direction your woman will take on. And that's just another reiteration of whatever it is that you don't have, your partner is going to take on. So I'm not going to give a whole bunch more away. Obviously, I talked a lot, but this book is awesome. It's a great read. I think it's a great read for both men and women to be able to help better understand themselves, maybe to help better understand their relationship, the ins and outs of men, and just knowing what it is that you want within your relationship, so that you as a man can better yourself, for yourself, and also for your partner. And if say you're single, these things will be able to help you better understand yourself for your future partners. And I promise you, and I'm sure your future partner would appreciate you working on yourself first, so that when you get together, things mesh a lot easier. I'm not saying it's going to be perfect, but it'll mesh a lot easier. So once again, it's The Way of the Superior Man. It's by David Dita. I hope that you guys get the book. A great, great read. And remember, till next time, guys, keep educating, loving, and peace out.